You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply not to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time, I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to love. You make it easy. Say, take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
Loving you has always been easy, because it's true. Yeah. I wouldn't have believed if someone would have told me you would come along to reveal my soul. Cause I was done with love, my heart had grown cold. You had good energy, exactly what I needed. You walked in my life and placed the joy where was needed. Now mirage what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Oh yeah. Loving you has always been easy, cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love said. Passion and care we show one another, tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you. Put that on God, I got love for you. Yeah, said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. So easy to love. Easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy, cause you're beautiful. Loving you search my life to do. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Everybody's talking about the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish. Place your order today for a delicious meal. The chicken and fish are fried to perfection, featuring a wide variety of catfish, perch, tilapia, whiting, and shrimp. Now it's your turn to see what everybody's talking about. It's the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, Chicago's newest spot for delicious meals. Stop by at 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop, or get contactless delivery from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Postmates. For more info, call 773-807-9010, 773-807-9010. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish is open just in time for lunch, or take it to the house for a delicious dinner. It's Chicago's new spot for perfectly fried chicken and fish. Don't wait any longer. Try it today. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at The Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at The Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
My name is Cassandra J. Matz, current Village of Olympia Fields trustee and your candidate for Village President of Olympia Fields. I've been a resident of Olympia Fields for 28 years. I believe in building strategic partnerships, establishing governance boundaries, and have and will continue to dedicate my life's work as a respected and credible voice when it comes to decision making. Olympia Fields has always been a community of familiarity and comfort, and I want to make sure the village stays that way. On Tuesday, April 6th, vote Cassandra J. Matz for your Olympia Fields Village President. Paid for by Citizens for Cassandra J. Matz.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Mayor Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets where hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals and red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd.
Hello, Maze, Ruthie. Yeah, you too. Laurent.
Oh, dang.
And
now,
world.
Did you call him Lil Ron or Lil Ron?
Whatever. What do you like better?
Ah, dang.
Laurent. Okay.
Lil Ron.
Then I called him Laurent.
All right, so pretend like when I say Lil Ron, it's Lil Ron. Okay, just pretend like I just can't pronounce it right. Lil Ron yesterday was while he was doing his show, they was all around here talking, snapping up, talking about some, man, these dang on millennials, man. I'll be telling you. Man, check it out, man. Did you see Ron Rilla? Ron, tell us. So let me back up. Let me stop. First of all, what's up, Todd? How you feeling this morning?
Oh, feeling great. It's hump day, right?
It's hump day. What's that commercial?
Yeah, I love that one.
It's hump day. You know what today is? It's hump day. I see you're truly now in rebellion mode.
Rebellion what?
You got a Loyola hoodie on. Obviously, after yesterday's, did you fill out the fantasy the tournament bracket?
I missed it.
You suck.
A little bit, maybe.
Well, I see you got your Loyola. You got the whole get up on today. You got Loyola hoodie on, and then I feel like you stole somebody's warm up pants.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a millennial.
You look like the reverse of Ron's promo.
All the same color.
Look, you look like Ron's. You look like the reverse of Ronald McDonald promo. You got the flip flop on. Yesterday, Ron had the yellow and the red. Now you got the gold and the maroon and the gold on yesterday. So, yeah, Todd, man, bracket. Well, first of all, I just want to say that my bracket's been busted, and we're gonna give everybody an update as to where everybody stands on this. But I did feel some kind of way yesterday when Michigan lost.
Dang it, I'm through again.
Not my bracket.
That was a fight. That
was a dog fight to the end.
I couldn't watch the last 4 minutes.
Why?
I was tired. I was like, I'm going to bed. I'm gonna tape this. And I hope nobody tells me. Maze.
Well, you should have known better than that, because we covered the new. Man, that was a tight one.
I have to say though, when I saw UCLA beat somebody earlier, I was like, wow, I like this team.
So
I don't like them beating my pick.
Chris Smith, who was a senior who was hurt this year. His dad lived on my floor in my residence hall. Oh. And so you know how you watch a kid grow up on Facebook, sort of. Mm-hmm. He's in Texas. He was in Texas. We watched him grow up on Facebook from high school to AU, and then you see him go pick the college, the whole thing, and this was his last year, and he got hurt. But they said the team was motivated by him because they would show up to the gym, and here he is hurt, and he'd be there sweated out because he was working out, doing the things, and he was a motivator for him. So I am
he can come back next year.
You know what? I guess so. I'm actually
no. Everybody can come back next year.
Oh, good. Well, I'm rooting for UCLA now. Just because I have an actual personal connection. Shout out to the Don. Shout out to Michigan. It's hard for me to root for Michigan, except for this year because of Donnie Kirksey, right? And his close connection to Juwan. And Juwan's, I felt like if the basket went in, I was giving that all to Donnie. Then I was like, he must have fell asleep.
Hey, I don't want it to change on you, but they're doing a balloon release for him today.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was gonna mention it. They're gonna do it today at CVS at 6:00 p.m. Todd, you might have to go represent. I really want to go, but I gotta produce, and I got Ron to work out for me yesterday, so I don't know if he'll let me go to the balloon release for my passing brother. But we'll talk about that later.
He young. He got things
to do. Shout out to Ruthie Moore representing for my Fighting Illini ILL. Ruthie.
Yes.
Dad.
Tuition is rising.
Ruthie, you missed the handoff. There we go.
Well, you don't really even have to say it because you're not really.
Nobody.
Ruthie, how long have you lived in this state?
Too long. I've been paying taxes here all my life.
Well, then you are part of it.
And if we're going to get into it, they need to change the name anyway.
To what?
It's not the
Remember we said the combines.
No, they were calling it they were trying to make us the kingfish.
Yes.
No.
But I like Ruthie's better.
You kind of came up with that. It was like a tag team.
No wonder I like it so much.
Combines.
The
So they're
combines.
going to put the tractor. Do you know what?
That would be dope. The combines.
Clearly spoken from the voice of a Pembrokian.
We ain't had no combine.
Because then nobody know what a combine. No,
We
you be
ain't
like,
no combines
and the
out
black
there.
people don't know what a combine is either. So they're gonna be like, "You want me to play for the who?"
That's because
That sound like I gotta go to
combine
the-
cost like $150,000 or something.
Man, them combines are pretty cool though. I want to drive one day. I think I'm gonna make that happen. Like I'm gonna go to.
Just go down to ILLINI.
You know what?
Yeah,
I probably
ag
can.
school.
You know what? I probably am. When I get my farm, I'm going to shout out to Willie Preston. I think he got a farm.
Does he?
I think he just bought 12 acres. Proud of that brother.
He did buy 12 acres.
I did see that.
I didn't know where
12
it was.
acres and a mule. Man, and they got them dogs running around. I want me some land, Ruthie.
You should get.
I need you to help me.
Making no more.
Help me. I need to.
South Dakota.
Man, you know what they do to black people in South Dakota? Did I told you I went to a vacation in South Dakota before, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And there's South Dakota and there's the east side of South Dakota and then there's the north side of South Dakota.
What?
I mean, no, the east side and the west side.
Uh-huh.
Like, and in between is nothing. Like, it's
nothing.
like, you know how they got them signs where last you've seen on TV where it's like last gas before the next 200 miles?
Oh.
Them joints is real.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you see them in South Dakota. Yep, in South Dakota.
You could be that picture of the black guy in the bar. We had a black guy here once.
I think we might be there already. Like, I think people will used to take pictures of us and be like, I told you about the time me and my sister, like, we went on our vacation and we went to South Dakota. And so the big thrill was to stay at a Holiday Inn Holidome, right? Where your room opened, instead of opening outside, it opened to the inside where there was a pool in the middle. And so you'd stay at the Holiday Inn Holidome, and then you could go to the pool whenever because your parents could stay in the room and see you from the pool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the room in the pool. And I'll never forget Tennille and I got in the pool like it was the Holidome. We were in South Dakota. We get in the pool, and everybody gets out and goes to the hot tub.
Everybody gets out.
You're laughing. And I don't think Tennille was a kid, so she didn't get it.
Right.
And I don't think I got it until the second time. So we was like, oh, dang, we didn't even know it was a hot tub over there, so we went and got in the hot tub. Right? You were kids, Our parents did not well prepare us for this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, we're from Bolingbrook, so we're like, hey, they go we get in the hot tub, they get in the pool. Then we're like, wait a minute.
You see something, a pattern?
We could have both. So I told Tennille, you get in the hot tub, I'm going to get in the pool, and the white people left.
Mm.
And, yep, that's my memory of South Dakota. Oh, and then the first time I saw a black lady, we went to the dog races. And the first time I saw a black person in South Dakota, I hugged her.
Did you really?
I literally hugged her because I was like, first of all, like my parents, I told you we went to Dollywood, right? So I feel like my old man used to be like, let me just break the color barrier everywhere, right? And we're going to be the color barrier breakers in places where there's really nobody even thought about it. Like, who goes to South Dakota that's black?
Mm-hmm.
Right, for vacation. Now, I probably am the only person, I'm one of the very few people that have seen Mount Rushmore and the Crazy Horse before it got finished, right? But I'm telling you, unless you're in the military or you're one of the Jacksons
Or a cowboy.
there's no reason to be there. And we would always be in these places. And it's very scary. Like when your parents are like, we're going to break the color barrier. And they wouldn't really you become conscious of it, right? That you're like literally the only black person. Because now it's like every restaurant you go in, it's like people are like.
That doesn't seem fun.
Shoot, I felt that way when I went to Wisconsin. I mean, when I was young, not when I went to school there.
Ruthie.
It
was. I mean,
I
you
get
know,
it, but ooh, that's a lot of pressure.
I feel like, again, it probably prepared me, right? So I'm not going to be mad at it now, but I'm just going to, I mean, remember, we are the family who left Atlanta, Georgia to go to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, when Dollywood was not a popular location for black people to go. Mm-hmm. We saw the Ku Klux Klan marching in the 4th of July parade again. And it was like, I was like, that's the Klan, guys. And they're like, they ain't gonna hurt you. Did you see the movies?
Right.
Do you know their history?
That's their job.
That's right.
They ain't gonna hurt you.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I find pictures from that vacation and I have the same exact expression on my face the whole time. Like, I don't care if it's the biker shorts picture, if it is the I'm trying to be cool picture, it's all like, I hate this trip. I hate this trip. Now.
Well, you know, it's like when I was at our summer home.
Wait!
But once you leave.
You went to the kingdom?
Right, the kingdom. Once you leave Lake Ivanhoe, it's all white. So, you know, we go to Kenosha and Burlington, and I'd always be like, there's not one black person around here.
Right.
Anywhere.
When you can count, I'm telling you. And then when you see the black folks be like, you straight? You straight? They look at you. They don't just give you the eye look like we can't congregate because we get out of here after dark.
Then
you know where to go.
Riot.
All right, y'all. Lil Ryan. Oh, Ruthie, did I ask you how you were today?
Yep, I'm good.
You good? I think. Oh yeah, I did. She said hey to ILL.
Yeah,
and told us we need to change our name. Lil Ryan, you cool, man?
I'm great.
All right, man. Look at Lil Ryan. Hey, man, Lil Ryan turning into a trooper, man. All right, Lil Ryan.
Well, you know, he's like, CSU.
Let's do this. Let's take the soul plane to Oklahoma. Let's get this thing up to 60,000 feet, and then let's take it to Oklahoma. So why don't you do this? Gas up the engines. Let's get this thing up and away. Let's go. Yeah. We are flying to Oklahoma because we got to say happy birthday to Sonia Escobar. Hey, y'all. Today is Sonia Escobar's birthday.
Happy birthday, Sonia.
So I want y'all to go flood her Facebook page and her Instagram. And I don't care if she got something up there new or not. Y'all go up there and y'all tell her happy birthday. Let her know that we have much love. Now, I'm going to try and see if we can figure this thing out and we could try and wake them up. You know, like, can you do one of them phone calls where we call from the thing and be like, what you doing? She was like, I was asleep. Good. Yes. Happy birthday from the Maze Jackson Show. We miss you and we love you to you and your family. So we're going to try and figure that out.
I wonder what time zone they're in.
They're later than us. No, Oklahoma. Oh, Suzanne. I think they're in our same time zone.
Oh, they're central.
Yeah. You know, it's the Great Plains.
You know, we don't know nothing black people.
We don't
know nothing down there.
Right.
Oklahoma, Nebraska. What is that?
We need one time zone. I'm tired of the switch.
Okay.
Just
wait, time zone or
one time zone. Everybody on the same time. So if it get dark where you at 6, oh well, you better move.
We'll win all the time.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a benefit.
Go ahead, Ruthie. I'm with you. We don't care about them peoples, no way. Plus, the people in California need to go to bed early anyway. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Let me get through a couple more of these headlines. I need to also say happy belated birthday to Tamiko Holt, president of What's in It for the Black People. Her birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Yesterday. Happy birthday, Madam Presidente. The virus is rising, and the bridge is now to nowhere. In case you all did not know, Governor Pritzker announced that they will be having the bridge is now closed.
What bridge?
Remember, he said once we got 70% of the seniors vaccinated, we would then begin the process of opening all the way back up.
Oh,
but they didn't want to go.
We met certain things, though.
And we're meeting the actual exact opposite. We are now at 400 cases rolling average a day. The state is at we'll talk about that a little bit later, but there's clearly a direct correlation to what's happening to everything that they're saying. And it's just the mixed messaging is just out of control. And like never has Ruthie's kind of science, I didn't say kind of. It's kind of science with an A. Kind of science ever been so apparent to me in my entire life. And the changing of the language and now what we're looking at and the goalposts moving and all of that good stuff. I can't wait to talk about this because I'm going to say that as much as I love my own voice, I really appreciate Ruthie's analysis of this stuff. She seems to have some unique perspective on this, and so we're going to spend a little time on it.
It's the shoes money.
It's the shoe. It's got to be the shoes.
No, let me read. I don't know what
she didn't get it.
No, she didn't get
it.
It was
old
way
Payless
over here.
commercial or something?
See, and then she says pay less. Right?
What is it?
That was Spike Lee. That was Michael Jordan. It's like it's got to be the shoes money. It's got to be the shoe.
Oh yeah.
Don't try. See.
Oh well.
You know
Lil Ron said, I knew, because I wear Jordan. Look, can I tell you what the fuck? Okay, so, Lil Ron.
I don't like that level of capitalism.
Right. Look. So I'm going to tell you. Lil Ron and Don, well, you ain't going to like Lil Ron and Don because they got this capitalism thing going on with their little kicks of the day. And so the other day, I'm starting to check out Lil Ron's like Instagram stories and stuff, right? You've been making it difficult though, dog. You gotta put the link in. I'm not asking for no link. If I want to see the performance, put the performance in the dang on link with the picture. Don't make me have to have a second ass dag. I was like, what you think, you rapping or something? Anyway, so Lil Ron shows his shoes, talk about some, whenever a new release of Jordans come out, I have to go to the old schools. Now, Lil Ron, okay, but let's just be clear. That Lil Ron is on replica number 2. Because the old schools, he ain't got the old schools. He's on replicas. He's wearing copies of the shoes that we were wearing, and now he telling the young bloods.
The first copies.
Look, it's like it's like when, what was it I was playing the other day, and you was like, I didn't know that came from someone. What was that? What was that?
Hey.
Oh, Orange Juice Jones. Right. He didn't know. He thought who did you
thought Mike Epps was the originator because he did that skit.
Yeah, you did say that.
See, that's when the millennials be proud that they got one of these days they're gonna get some when do you think originality comes back? Because it's like
too much.
It costs too much. It costs too much to be original.
Think about it. Like if only people would have known maybe not to walk outside in that particular pair of shoes, the game would be different. But originality costs money.
Lord DB, I was just thinking about all the shoes. Well, not really.
That you gave away? The ones you gave away?
I can think of the ones I gave away in the 90s and the 2000s. I can't really think of the ones I had in high school because really, it was Payless in it. Ooh, them Pro Wings the Pro Wings looked the best for like the first day. You could almost fake like they was the Reebok Classics. Day number 2, them bad boys was flip-flop. Day number, and if you took them to gym class, it was like, see, with gym class, if you wore the Payless Pro Wings, you was exposed because the jeans didn't cover your shoes, right? But when you went to gym class, they was like, them ain't no Reebok stuff.
I have no idea what I was wearing in the 80s. Maybe Nikes. I don't know.
Shout out to Unbreakable Kicks. That's them Sigmas, right? Them are men of Sigmas, and shout out to Pillars. That's Sigmas too.
Shoe stores?
One's a shoe store and one's a gear store. Unbreakable Kicks is like, he got like all the fly gear. My son conned me into a pair of Kanye Yeezys. Todd, do you know these shoes cost like $400? Like $400, like for some shoes.
My son had to have a job. Have to have a job to get those shoes because I'm not buying them.
He got me for the birthday.
You mean these are gym shoes? as I call them.
Yeah, well, he calls them collector's items. He does take very good care of them. And what he said,
That's a little different though.
You know, part of it is like when I saw what he was on, right, and he was getting his little hustle on, I was like, okay, I ain't gonna be mad at you for that. I mean, but I need my cut. Like if you make a profit on these bad boys, I need my cut. Did you turn the air conditioner on or something? It seems like
Can I turn it off?
You can go turn it off. You can go turn it off. All right, and then hurry up because we got to go to commercial break. Real quick, let me run through a couple of these other things. I know a lot of people have been in the streets cleaning. I want to commend everybody that's been out on the block going and doing the work in the neighborhoods. I do want to let everyone also know that street cleaning begins today. Like I think, or it begins on Thursday. And, you know, like when the snow melts, all of the stuff that people threw in the streets and in the thing all becomes exposed. And then this is the time of the year when the city begins its version of spring cleaning. Now, when those street sweepers come and they do it like weekly, whatever's on the street in between the week after the street's been clean, I don't think that's our responsibility. Yeah. So
I don't know. People think that's the alderman's responsibility. He should be going up and down, or she, up and down the street picking up trash.
Oh, well, no, I think it's...
I've become jaded lately.
But no, no shade. I think it's... So I think it's, again, this is where we're disconnected a little bit. Like, I think our desire to go live and whack everybody before we get a clear... Like, there's a reason that they start street cleaning and sweeping at a certain time of the year, right?
Right.
Because the snow and everything has to come out. And so I'm just telling y'all, everybody street sweeping and street cleaning has begun this week. And so be ready, be watching for your parking.
Yeah, I gotten tickets before. It's no fun.
Right. Be careful about your parking. And then I guess that you'll start to see the state will probably start to pick up along the expressways. Which is their responsibility, and you'll start to see the county highways and all that good stuff start to happen. So just beware of the parking. I'll put it that way. The Derek Chauvin trial has begun. Man, watching that, I want to talk about that. I'm going to come back to it. Gary Rabin announces for governor. Candace Jackson Akiwumi. Yeah, Candace Jackson Akiwumi and Tiffany Cunningham nominated. Two black women nominated to federal court by Joe Biden as he seeks to increase diversity. And then Roosevelt and Costner, 4 firms, the Cubs and the Pritzkers were tossed out of the bidding. 4 firms plan to revitalize that community center, and 4 of them all propose creating along with profit community centers. And on that note, we're going to go to a quick break. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
WIFTBPM. Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
You got to Kennedy King, so you remember Corey Brown?
I definitely remember Corey Brown from Morgan Park.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Murder, man. So I got it in with y'all one day before a game. And then y'all literally went out and destroyed some people by about 50 at Kennedy King. And I'll never forget, somebody shot a jumper. It came off long. And Corey will tell this story to this day. He says he went up, and I was in the stands. He went up for the rebound, and before he could jump, he said he felt a foot on his head. And it was you. and you caught it, classic P-Mac, catching it over everybody, putting it back in. He says before he jumped, he felt a foot on his head. And Corey was 6'4", easy.
On his head.
On his head.
Yeah, Corey, so he was 6'4", man. I used to just, I don't know, I had a knack, man. I was always uber athletic. Like I was taught early, if somebody shoot, you got to come from the opposite side. I had a guy in my neighborhood named Wayne Irvin, legendary dude to us in our neighborhood. Played at Chicago State, played at Wyoming.
Okay.
Played against Patrick Ewing. He passed away a couple years ago, but went to CVS. He was a decorated player. A lot of people knew him. And he taught me early, like, you attack offensive rebounds from the opposite side. So if somebody shoot from the left wing, you crash from the right. If somebody shoot from the top of the key, you can crash because it can go either way and you can get it. I was so big and athletic. I used to get a lot of tip dunks. Like, for some reason, people never boxed me out. And once I got a running start, if it came off anywhere over the rim and bounced up, you was dead.
This is Eugene McIntosh, one half of the illest independent sports media outlet in the whole entire land, the Bigs. Check me and my player partner Terrence Tomlin, a.k.a. T-Tom the Great, out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. on What's In It for the Black People Media Network.
You'll never regret. And you, with your pretty brown eyes, I knew, baby, you would change my life. And you opened up my eyes to see I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back, I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach, playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets? And now we're taking flights from London to Belize, and we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah, I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Yeah, to the day that we first met. Let's throw back. I really wanna know. Let's throw back. Let's go back. Let's to the first time we let's reminisce of the whip. We were making love. Come on now, let's throw back. Oh, all I wanna do is throw it back. That's all I wanna do. Come on now, let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Got my other co-host, Miss Ruthie Moore. And we got Lil Ryan on the wheels of steel. Hey, y'all. Lil Ryan, it's time. Why don't you find that big voice for me? And let's get ready to get this thing cracking. Go ahead. You got it? Let's go.
Time for the social media question of the day.
You got to turn the music off. Now go. You lost it. All right, y'all. It's time for the social media question of the day. How many of you all have been watching the Derek Chauvin trial? I have been watching it on and off and on. I've been debating whether I was going to keep it on here at the station because, you know, it decreased some of y'all views. But beyond that, and so I've been going in and out, and I've been watching it, and I've been feeling some kind of way. Yesterday, first of all, watching that 9 minutes, that's a lot. And then all of the different angles and all the different views and all of the different people and everything that happened. I am wondering, and the social media question of the day is there any way Derek Chauvin can get off with this case? Let me say it again. The social media question of the day is there any way that Derek Chauvin can get off with this case? Now, it seems to me that the prosecution is trying to prove that his actions were normal, that it was what he was trained to do, and that based on the circumstances and everything that was happening, he acted within the realm of what was normal for a police officer. I also noticed that all of the people, particularly everybody that hit the witness stand for the prosecution, was trying to be careful not to make a mistake. Did you all see the MMA, the professional MMA fighter who was testifying, and he was trying to maintain his control of himself?
He was a prosecutor's
witness.
No,
Remember
I didn't see that.
This the black dude, the black guy with the kind of balding with the beard, and he was talking, and he was, and basically he was witnessing a murder, knowing that he could probably beat the brakes off of those people were they not police officers. Mm-hmm. And also knowing that your life is at risk because you're watching them kill someone in cold blood in front of you. He offered to whoop one of the cops who put their hands on him and told him, if you put your hand on me again, I'm going to kill you. He didn't say I kill you, I beat. Then he had to catch himself.
Right.
And dial it back and be like, I wasn't angry, and you're not going to paint me as out of control. When you listen to the teenage girls who were describing they were taping the murder, when you listen to the firefighter who, and let me tell y'all, this was a mixed group of people. The people taping were white, I believe. There was a white firewoman who ran up and tried to give medical attention and assistance. They said they ran the ambulances off. They wanted him to die, essentially. I cannot let Officer Thou, I hope his name ain't Thou for real, but Officer Thou, Thao, was also an accomplice, also protected the murder. Right? He, as people were approaching and trying to, he pushed them away. He went to go grab his mace when people were trying to stop the police from doing it. He protected the murder. Now, I do need to make sure that we put that in context of this whole Asian hate thing that we supposed to be jumping on board with. Nobody's going to say I'm going to say it because ain't nobody going to say nothing about it. Mm-hmm. But while we talking about stop Asian hate, here is an Asian police officer who protected the murder of a black man in cold blood. But I'm going to let that sit. They're also trying to say that George Floyd died from a combination of heart disease, drugs in his system, and other factors that play, and a rush of adrenaline that was happening throughout it, and that it wasn't because of the choke hold. It was because of a combination of factors and Derek Chauvin's training. Now, I'm watching the commentary as people as this is happening, but I'm also watching Facebook.
Well, there's one thing left, I think, and that's they also say that maneuver is legal in that city.
Right. And then they said they went all into a blood choke and an air choke and all of this different stuff. So as I'm looking at this, and then I'm watching as black folks are responding and reacting, and I'm going to be honest with you, our emotional responses and reactions are part of why we gotta not be dispassionate about it, but we gotta be methodical. Like, and I feel like where they always get us is our emotion. They get us because I think Ruthie has nailed this before. We don't have a lot of ways to express our power, and our emotions express our powerlessness in this situation. And so I'm worried about our emotional state. But I want to ask you, do you think that there is any possibility that Derek Chauvin can get away with this? Now, here are the questions that came through my mind, things that went through my mind, and then we'll talk about it. Some would argue that Derek Chauvin has already gotten away with murder, right? He really has, because he killed somebody on TV. He has the penalty that he can get right now, the maximum is 40 years in prison. Is the jury, does he have a jury trial or does he have a jury trial? He does have a jury trial.
It's a jury trial.
So if he has a jury trial, is there any way that they would risk the potential national fallout for one person? Right? Like, if you're on the jury, do you say, whether I believe he's guilty or not, if you're the white person on the jury, whether I believe he's guilty or not, this whole joint could go back up if we let him go. I also want to know, how will the government response be different in the event that the deck does go up? Right? How will the government response be different? Are you concerned that it could go up if he's convicted, but how many years does he have to get for you to be satisfied? And I got to go back to Officer 2 Thou, because we are in the midst of an Stop Asian Hate debate. And we find that this Asian officer, and he has other complaints, but protected Derek Chauvin as he murdered George Floyd. Now, that's a whole nother thing that don't nobody want to talk about, but I think if we don't see none of them standing up and jumping up and down about that, you're going to have to miss me. You're going to have to miss me. You're going to have to miss me. Don't tell me about the lady walking down the street in New York. If I don't see any outrage from the Asian community and anybody trying to check within their community saying the role that he played in that, don't call me up. Now, let me go back. Is there any possibility that he can get off? I'm going to start with you, Todd.
Yes, there's always a possibility that the police can get off. That's that's part of I don't know, America or just kind of a world thing that the police always have the upper hand. But yeah, he can get off. We've seen it before. He'll say that he was doing his job. What he was doing was legal. they've already said that the crowd was getting hostile, so that's why the other officers were standing by to make sure nothing happened. And juries, you need everybody, right? You got to actually send someone to prison. Everybody's got to be on the same page. That's why they do jury trials, so they can just pick. Well, all you need is one citizen who thinks the police is are always right, and it's over.
Stark.
I agree with you, Todd. I think it's always a potential for him to be able to use some type of legal maneuver. But what does justice look like for George Floyd? Like, what amount of time would we say, ooh, okay, like if he got 50, 60, 70 years? So I think it's going to be hard to repair that harm with any type of jail sentence. And I think they'll give him something just so they can kind of keep people from sending the deck up, like you said, Maze. They're going to give him something because they don't want people to send the deck up. They already chaining themselves to the gates of the courthouse.
So, right. So let's think about this. Jason Van Dyke should be right about ready to come on home. Right?
Come home to where?
Chicago.
His sentence will be over, and they're gonna let
he'll
him
probably be around probation, parole, some joint like that. He's right around that.
How comfortable can he be
in white supremacy? He's a hero. You crazy? I
think we live in a different society.
Well, so
now.
he
may have to move.
He might not live. Let me say this: if he moved to Bridgeport, he would have 24-hour. Not Bridgeport. Mount Greenwood. He'd be celebrated as a hero. He'd probably have a police escort everywhere he went.
I was thinking more like South Dakota. I really meant move.
I was thinking more like Addison. Where's Killer Kyle?
Oh, that's true. Addison.
Killer Kyle ain't going nowhere. Killer Kyle came back and be at the bar underage.
He quiet now, though, because you see people was outraged about that. Wearing his T-shirts, toasting with his mama. But now he quiet because people was like, nah, you ain't about to just be parading around.
Right.
I hear you, but he didn't move. I mean, and I just think we ain't seeing the party. The party is now at the compound.
I think that's part of it. Like, you don't get to be comfortable. You don't get to kill somebody. You don't get to kill one of our people and just be comfortable like that. And I think we got to take that same approach to black people that harm other black people. We got to stop letting people be so comfortable.
But I think you're right. He could move to, Coal City or something, or
not Coal City.
Coal City, where we keep our colors cold. I feel like that I have two thoughts here. I think this can go one of two ways. I feel like, which is guilty or not, right? I guess so. That's not really taking a risk, but. So my thought is that some kind of ways, everybody, even the most outlandish hillbilly white person from up in the hills of Minnesota. Are there hills in Minnesota? I don't know.
There's lakes. I remember.
From the swamps. Right. That ain't Lake Minnetonka. Saw what happened when he got killed. And if there's a not guilty, I think it'll reverberate around the country.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's the person that says, man, it's not worth it for one dude. Then I also feel like there is the Trumpster that says we're going to stand by our police and y'all can go for it and we ready to kick it off.
Nuh-uh, them Trump people, they mad at the police, remember? Because
they sold them out with the...
exactly, after the whole Capitol thing. So they like, we stood by you. Mm-hmm. So kind of they a little mad at the police.
I thought they was talking about the Capitol police.
It was across the country.
I thought the police was at the march. Dang, they was like, hold on, I was at this march.
It is. It's a lot of blurred lines, right?
Right.
But it's like, it's factions. Like they like the gang that done broke up into the cliques.
Ooh.
That's how the right wing is right now.
Ooh, look at Ruthie. See, I told you.
I'm just saying.
I told you she was on a secret
They cliques now.
She was on a secret mission. She went on vacation.
I don't want to change the subject, but, it's just the circle, though.
What? What do you mean?
Things used to be separate, Then they all got together. Now they're separate again. That's just kind of circle of life.
Well, this time
circle of white supremacy. Good one, Todd.
So can we get us this time? Can we make sure that on this next go round we don't make the same mistake? Can we at least get us some land and some money out the deal?
That'd be nice.
We should get some land and money out the deal. All right, y'all.
Is that capitalism?
That's reparations.
Oh, oops.
Do y'all think that there is the chance that the country could go back up? Like, how much time does he get? What if he gets like 6 years? Does the country go back up? Let me ask another question.
I'd say there's some people just waiting to go back out. Yes.
And it's going to be springtime. People need new clothes.
Right.
I'm
spring collection.
It's a spring release out at the Louis Vuitton store. I'll be there. That's what I'm thinking, sort of. Do you think Chicago's prepared this time?
Yes.
I don't know.
What you think they gonna do?
I'm not like, well, you know who Ruthie
right,
is, but
the Cape Crusader.
They prepared. I think Chicago is prepared.
When have they demonstrated their preparedness? Give me one example of us being prepared for the onslaught.
I think the preemptive nature of taking down the quote unquote problematic statues. Because that just took away some rallying points for some people.
Man, that was easy.
I know.
I mean, but you asked for an example.
Okay. It was just a weak example. I'm just saying.
People
want to get mad. No Trump Tower though. They can't. They ain't got no Trump to go with it.
People got their wood this time so they can batten down their hatches and nail up their glass. People saved that wood. I guarantee you.
Oh no, they never took it down.
Some places didn't. You right.
You go drive downtown, boy. It's a bunch of people that got. Yeah,
I think they prepared. I think they're prepared in the sense of, okay, you come and loot and rob my store. I took all my valuables out.
I'm not talking about that.
So what you talking about?
I'm talking about the city of Chicago.
What do you mean by prepared?
Is it gonna be another police war? Like, are we gonna see more battles in the streets with the police? Will the white folks come out this summer?
Well, that's what I said. There was no police war.
Okay.
The police got whooped.
I mean,
they retreated.
There was a couple of little skirmishes, but there was not a fight because the police weren't fighting. If the police were fighting, it would have been a totally different story.
I agree with that. The police was sitting it out. They was like, tear it up.
I mean, they got the overtime money, so what else they gonna do with it?
Right. I mean, they was like, shoot, we get paid to watch y'all burn this bad boy, and we going to. That's why we want to live outside the city anyway. Y'all can have this mug.
Y'all play it, but shoot, you let them tear that stuff up, but don't let them come down to my block.
Bingo. Y'all can tear them down because they shop in Mount Greenwood. They got all their stuff right there. They got their restaurants, their clothes.
Oh, yeah, they don't have to leave if they don't want to.
They don't got to leave their neighborhood. They can batten down the hatch. We can stay in our neighborhood. We just got to pay the Arabs the tax. Hey, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back. Lil Ron, this is what I want you to do. I want you to play a commercial. Give me give me 2 commercials, and then I want you to go straight into Dante, and then right out of Dante, we're going to come right back. Let's do it.
WIFTBPM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information, or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
What about my love? Seems you have forgotten her. do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. And that you got my love, now you wanna put me down. And that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What about it, baby? What about the days and the nights we spent? What about the love we made so sweet? Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, baby. 'Cause girl, I believe, I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky What kind of way is that to treat your man? When I gave all that I never had, you got me going through changes of life with you. Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, babe. 'Cause girl, I believe, I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Yeah. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. You don't come around. Now that you got all my love, and you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Really wish you would change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Now that you got my love, you don't come around. Now that you got all my love, and you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my, I had a conversation with her. This is how it went. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, Lord have mercy. mind. Oh no, I've been hoping, baby. I've been praying, baby. Yes, I have. Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh no. I've been hoping, baby. Yeah. I've been praying down on my knees, praying that you change your mind. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'll do better if you change your mind.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it for the black people? Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this is a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around that can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Sonia and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, how you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great, Maze. I'm feeling maroon and gold.
What that's supposed to mean?
Well, that's Loyola Ignatius.
Go, Illinois, ILL. Ruthie Moore, how you feeling?
You know.
Like a blue demon?
You know, I'm feeling pretty good. I think that, you know, nationally and globally, there are a lot of things going on in the world that could make people be concerned, but I'm trying not to let the problems of the world bog me down.
Why not? You're supposed to solve them all.
It's too many.
Yeah, that's true.
It's too many.
So Ruthie, I'm gonna ask you to tell us some of those. You know what? One of these days, why don't you tell us what you want to talk about one of these days? Cause we'll be like, Ruthie has said that y'all got a problem. Lil Ron, shout out to Lil Ron. Lil Ron gave me some insight yesterday. I had to, so much so that I had to dial it back. Dial it back a little bit and just be like, whoa. So you know what I did not know? Oh no, straight up. So I guess I'm gonna have to start listening to the millennial a little bit. Cause he was like, you know, y'all all outraged about Lil Nas X and Old Town Road, but he already was singing when y'all was singing Old Town Road, y'all was singing about doing lean and cheating on your women and all type of stuff, and I was like, wait a minute.
I don't know what that song's about.
No, right. You just
there's only like 3 lyrics, isn't it?
Right. It's like the old. We just like the thing, but that's the whole point, right? Like we was outraged at the Satan stuff, but if we knew we was promoting drug use and lean and all that stuff,
thank you,
to
Ron.
our kids, we'd be like, oh, but because it was,
I don't even know what lean is.
It's scissor. It's the stuff. It's look at Ruthie.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Cough syrup.
Oh.
They put cough syrup in their drink so you get stoned.
So he mentioned it in the song or something?
Do you recall seeing like a lot of people with like 2 cups, just 2 double cups, just cups stacked on top of each other? You ever see that imagery?
Yes.
No.
I used to think that was red cups.
Yep, it could be red. It could be a 7-Eleven cup, any type of cup. Just double cupped up. It's just mixing in, promethazine.
It had to be styrofoam.
There you go.
Why did it have to be styrofoam?
Because you got to fill it up with ice, and the styrofoam keeps the ice
cold.
Yeah.
And then what do you do? What does it make you do?
Have you ever had a really bad cough and got prescription cough medicine from the doctor?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't take it because I didn't want to fall asleep at work.
So if you drink that right and you don't fall asleep, then your brain, you get a high.
A good one?
Probably yes.
There's codeine in it.
As long as you just got to stay awake though. But that's where the whole I don't want to talk no more about it. But I don't think people really do lean as much as they use. It's not as popular.
DJ Screw. I remember when it was DJ Screw.
It's not as popular anymore.
No,
especially because the rappers are speaking out against it because
they done killed
Lil
them.
Wayne was having seizures.
They dying from
Rick
it.
Ross was dying. They was dying from it. And plus, Justin Bieber, when he started drinking it, they actually
He ruined it. Ruined it for everybody.
One of the most famous companies, they stopped making it.
Oh wow!
Because they was like, the white kid's gonna do it. Stop it.
Right.
Yeah, it was quite telling.
Wait, Justin Bieber was doing lean?
Yes, and Activist, the company that was very popular, they stopped making it. But I just feel like they probably rebranded or something.
Yeah.
But Justin Bieber.
Yeah, because you still be hearing rappers saying that they got to connect on it.
Well, since you're talking, so how does this connect with Old Town Road and Little Nas X?
Because he's singing about it in Old Town Road.
Does he?
The song starts off riding on my tractor, lean all in my bladder.
Oh. See, most folks don't know what the heck he's talking about.
That's not the point.
People don't listen to lyrics. I'm shocked that y'all don't listen to lyrics.
I do listen to lyrics.
I don't listen to them lyrics. I mean, I like Old Town Road is really, I hear it and I'm like, I don't even want to, it's catchy, but I don't like it just because I'm not supposed. That's just the antithesis of my B-boy era.
But I think that's part of the problem is people don't listen to the lyrics. And like Ron said, this man been promoting this. He wrote a children's book.
I'm telling you, he wrote children's books, and I'm saying he wrote the children's books. So, and parents are buying the books, and the kids are singing the songs. And while the parents don't know what the words are, the kids do.
That's why people pay attention.
And if they don't,
I don't know
what to be looking for.
Yeah, I don't know what to look for in the song. That's I guess my point.
Riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder. You're not gonna look that up to see what is he talking about?
No.
That is, and to me, that is preposterous.
No. So I would me and Carrie had this.
Pepper, so.
Me and Carrie had this conversation. But me and Carrie had this conversation yesterday, and we were like, we don't have kids that age. So we if we had kids that age, then we probably would be investigating. She's like, I would investigate every word of every song, everything that they did at a youthful age. So I don't think I would pay it. Me, Maze Jackson, I'd be like, first of all, if you my son and you rocking this, you lame. Right? I'm gonna be like, we can't be, even if you like it, you can't even tell nobody you like Old Town Road. So you just can't. It's the antithesis of being a B-boy, right? Of being hip hop, right? That whole thing. But I do, that was a very salient point that you made yesterday. And I mean, it sparked discussion in my own home about the whole thing. Cause I remember there was a point when Carrie was like, I was rooting for him. She saw the Devil video and was like, yo, and then, she was like, I mean, I saw him on The View. He got children's books. He got all this stuff. And it's like, yes, because he is the delivery system of this lifestyle. So you're allowing him in through this. He's already saying it, but you're allowing him in because he makes you feel good and you don't really.
Oh, he's clever and charismatic.
Exactly. And clever and charismatic is how the priest usually be up in the bed with your kid.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. But I don't know.
I'm saying he's the same thing.
No, but it wasn't just him and Billy Ray Cyrus. It was him and some Korean pop stars. I mean, there's 5 or 6 different versions that would hit different groups.
And all of them would be introduced to this satanic, devil worshiping, pill popping, booty busting, all of the stuff.
He's ghetto-licious. Isn't
Ghetto-licious?
What's
Ma'am, ghetto from look at from
Thuggalicious.
Thuggalicious.
Oh, Thuggalicious. Yes, he's
Thuggin' lovin'.
So when you think about that, though, right? He is the perfect delivery system. If you are trying to penetrate, literally, the black male community or get us into that space, he's already got an introduction, and your parents are already like, your parents have already introduced you to him.
Right.
Right? So your parents have already validated him. So now you Googling Old Town Road, your kid Googling Old Town Road, and up comes, I had sex with the devil. Mom said he was a good dude. Okay, Mom.
No, I actually heard, on Saturdays when you're driving around and you're listening to radio with stories to it. It's a story about a kid who was like, I think he was like 14 or something. His parents get him a basketball coach, and the coach starts talking to the kid about the Bible, but it's real. He's talking like old school type of fire and brimstone. And his mother says, don't do that. But she's not really on it. 6 years later, the kid is scared of everything in the world, thinking that the world's going to end one day. But it goes back to your point of people being introduced to your children, but you aren't really
monitoring that introduction.
Yes.
Right? And it's like, it's weird because, I feel like sometimes kids are overprotected, but then you think about, like, they're not necessarily. Like, you gotta be careful. And I am going to say Lil Ron's discussion yesterday was very thought-provoking, and I was like, I'm mad because I don't want to have to think about the daggone millennial being right here. But I'm going to say, and I know this isn't on our paper, but I thought that was so y'all, like, keeping it realer, that was a good show yesterday. I enjoyed the conversation, and I almost feel like that conversation needs to happen the way that it does. Like, I know it's like the Lil Ron show, but I almost feel like that. I was listening to you yesterday, and you were saying, there's really not a place for millennials to tell their point of view of what's going on in the space. I think that's important. But what I enjoy the most about the dialogue is the intergenerationalness of it, right? And the opportunity to learn. And it sparked some thoughts in me. So keeping it real, it might move around a little bit. But can you imagine putting that conversation, like, and you put Ron in a conversation, or like, could you imagine him and Salim and two having a conversation, right? And there's 3 different groups that are represented there, or Todd and Ron having that conversation, and we bring Hans in. And I mean, so I think there might be something there. We're gonna have to work on on it, but I feel like there was something there, and I want to encourage you all. Then this Mark gonna talk about some. Y'all know I had the highest rated show last week. Like, dog, you had one day. Yeah, you did have the highest rated show, but he did have the highest rated show because every time I go on the What's
impressed that you used the word that I haven't heard in a long time.
What?
Mark.
Oh, this Mark, right? This Mark. I say it all the time. I'm not, and I mean that in an affectionate way. Right. Lil Ron M's like, my name is not Lil Ron. It's like, okay, yeah, I could. But anyway, that was a great conversation yesterday, and you made me forget what I was saying, Todd, before you did that. What was I talking about?
Oh, you were beating up on. No, you weren't beating up. You were really talking about how the dynamics of having different generations.
Yeah, I something about that conversation yesterday really sparked something in me about maybe how we need to approach that, right? And so let's talk about it some more. But I want to that he had the #1 show last week. So,
that too.
I was wondering. I was like, why does this show stay on the front page of the page? I changed the settings and made it like a video page, and then all of a sudden, Lil Ron is featured video, and it's like because he had the most views of one show for the week. Now, let's be clear. You can just, like, my numbers are 1/4. 1 quarter. Like, so y'all know when y'all be seeing the numbers, my numbers, like, Todd, I just want to make sure that, because see, some of these people be getting confused. You know, the sacrifice of splitting the network up has damaged my numbers on one page. However, so we're clear, and just so y'all are all clear, the morning show remains number 1, hands down, aggregate. Let me just put this down, because you know, when you don't, you got to remind the young people, because then they become young whippersnappers. So currently, as you're looking, Todd, there are currently 128 people watching us live on YouTube currently. 128 live on YouTube. Currently 68 live on the What's in It for the Black People page, and currently 72 live on the Maze Jackson page. That, my friends, would make you have an aggregate of about 260 live viewers every day. Okay? So let's just be clear. I just want to make sure, because, you know, I be around here at Husky University, and Husky U be thinking Husky U be feeling good because they look at this page and they be like, oh, we caught him. No, you didn't. No, Huskies. There's a whole nother world out there. Shout out to everybody on the Maze Jackson page as well. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. I was talking to Ready Rock because I was like, Ready Rock, you stopped watching the show? She's like, nah, we just all over here on YouTube and you ignore us all the time. So what's up to everybody rocking on YouTube? And I'm going to tell you, I got hooked on Facebook to start. But YouTube, people are telling me they have a great experience on YouTube, but they don't get to participate in the conversation. If y'all would start commenting and stop doing the live chat and put your comments in the comments underneath the video, we can have a long, more meaningful conversation. Because then I would go back and respond to the things that you said. But when you do it all in the chat, then I don't know that you commented. And if you comment in the comments on YouTube, then it also helps us grow and they share our audience more. So please, if you are on YouTube, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share and subscribe. Also, if you're listening to us on WBGX, make sure you got a Facebook. Make sure you got us on Facebook. Make sure you got us on YouTube. Make sure you know Wiftable Media. Ruthie Moore, you all right over there?
Yup.
Ruth, like,
she's looking up code.
I like YouTube.
Huh?
I like YouTube better.
Do you?
For just engagement purposes, I think YouTube is it just integrates better with TV, with like TVs.
Yeah, I think Facebook is trying to catch up. Like now they got the thing where you just come in and you can push the button. YouTube, Tennille says, all she says is put Maze Jackson on TV. On
my smart TV has. Yeah. I just hit the thing, the YouTube button.
Yeah, it's really, you know.
Are y'all watching us? We should be y'all morning show. Don't be watching that Good Morning America Today show. But nobody care about Gayle King. She ain't even on the toaster.
I never watched that stuff.
Ooh.
Even way back in
the
the day.
Was you that? Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to her toaster?
You wasn't, don't you remember about the toaster? The radio host that was comparing the systems to toaster settings. He said he preferred a Halle Berry with a little mulatto in her. He said, who wasn't? He said Gayle King wasn't even on his toaster settings.
Was that a old thing or something recent?
Gayle King is pretty new. We did it last week, Todd. Where were you?
I don't know. I must have been asleep that day.
Sipping lean.
Yeah, right.
Better stop, Todd. You ain't got no cough no more.
Yeah, I don't even have a cup.
Why you, what? That's the white cups. See, you have to watch these. You know what? I'm going to have a millennial interpreter. I'm going to start writing down notes. I'm going to be like, when my son be doing this, what that mean?
Yeah, what that mean?
Right? Because he be like, I asked him, I said, hey, who you listen to? I was trying to get him to listen to Jay. You listen to Jay-Z? He was like, I'm about to listen to Jay-Z. Like, what? You crazy boy? It's like Polo G. Who? What's a Polo G? You got Polo G. And what's the other year? G Herbo. And then you talk about some King Von. I was like, hold it.
Ooh, you knew that one, huh?
King Von. I knew King Von. Because I just found out that the dude who shot him got out of jail. And now they about to roll him up in the backwoods.
What?
And I was like, what? Man, I'm just telling you, these millennials. I was like, wait a minute. So so to me, growing up as a child of hip hop, backwoods were after people graduated from Philly Blunts and White Owls, Invincibles, then they started trying to figure out innovative ways to smoke cannabis in a variety of leaves. And so that's what I understood a backwood to be, right? Apparently, backwood, if you're gonna get rolled up in the back, I'm reading the comments. I'm like, they're gonna be smoking up a lot of Jesus. How many? They gonna be smoking up. They gonna be hot in the mud. Apparently, in the world of chopper drill, whatever it is, I don't know. If you're in a backwood, that means they're gonna smoke you literally. Like
shoot you?
Yes. Like they say we're gonna roll. So I've been seeing these videos and everybody be smoking, and I'm thinking it's nothing but a G thing. Dr. Dre video, you know, everybody's getting illegal cannabis. Support your local weed man.
They're gonna smoke you.
They're literally talking about smoking you like dead. Yeah, I was like, you learn something new every day. And look at the millennials like,
I mean, that's kind of
simple.
No. It's just like a old reference. Like people been smoking on packs of.
I thought smoking on packs was.
It's the same thing, but now it just changed a little bit. Like okay, now now we're gonna take you out of the package and put you into the backwood. People just find different ways to say the same stuff.
So it's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor.
They named the weed after whoever the dead person is.
So you can smoke it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a taunt.
Like people say I'm smoking on Tuka. That's because the guy's name is Tuka, or they say they smoking on the name of the guy
who they shot,
or who they trying to shoot,
who they murdered, likely. It's just a way to taunt rivals.
It's a way. Yeah.
But honestly, like if you think about like, okay, so Lil Reese said that on social media, and so when he get locked up as an accessory because he said that, everybody gonna be looking like, oh, he ain't even do it. But you got to be careful what you say on social media, like. So if that made it all the way back to Maze Jackson, then
hold on, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
If you
I be hanging with my cousin,
that,
but I'm just saying.
That's how you know.
Wait. Hold on. What you say? Don't put my name in none of that.
If you heard that,
I didn't heard nothing.
Like if you heard that like on social media, like through your your social media channels, and you ain't connected to none of that, then that's how you know that is like mainstream. We have normalized these murders, like normalized them.
Mm-hmm.
And guess it's gonna be 5 songs tomorrow just about it. And guess what your son gonna be doing? Bobbing his head to it because his daddy ain't listening to the lyrics.
No, that's why. That's why I'm listening. Right? I put this stuff, man. First of all, Instagram is a mess, and all of these platforms. Like I think of, and I know this sounds crazy, but I think in my era, you didn't want to be on camera providing the evidence.
100%.
I don't, for the life of me, and I don't want no smoke, literally.
It's called clout. That is more powerful than anything.
But you're going to wind up.
I'm with you, Maze.
In your own pack.
But it's clout, though.
For how long? And I realize that nobody really cares. I'm gonna just tell y'all.
We need to talk about these record execs.
Yeah, well, yes. And I think we gotta have, so like and going down that path, and Two talks about the old block and all that, and like we have some experience with that through Corey Brooks and through some other relationships that we've had. And it's crazy to be like, you be at these places and then you realize that these shorties that you know or that you knew that, like, you knew them as little kids.
Yep.
Like, I probably experienced that phenomenon out west, right? Like, when I used to be at the Madison and Pulaski, and all the little kids that I knew over in that area. And then they grow up. And then you start reading these stories and you be like, wait, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I took him to the movies when I remember when he was learning how to read. And you mean to, yeah, Joe, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I don't know where that came from, but we're gonna go back to our regularly scheduled program after this break. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Lil Ron did it.
WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Yeah, we're down with it. I am God tapping in one time for the one time. I am getting ahead without devolving. And I want to let y'all know that this coming Friday, April 2nd, I will be in the building on the What's In It for the Black People Media Network on Facebook, live with the homies. T-Tom, Gino, Eugene McIntosh, Terrence Tomlin, the Bigs, you know what I'm talking about, live on the soil. We're going to be debuting and premiering my upcoming project, The Eternal Reflection, with the homie Custom Made. Y'all ain't going to want to miss this. 1 to 3 p.m. Make sure y'all tapping in. We're going to be on the soil with the Bigs, you know what I'm talking about. Shout out the homie Gino, Eugene McIntosh, shout out Terrence Tomlin, shout out to What's In It for the Black People Media Network, you know what I'm talking about. Make sure you there. Yeah, I am God.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Steve Stone did it.
Tell me what's the deal, I need to know. Are we going too fast? Are we going too slow? There ain't nothing wrong with getting to know a little more. Why don't you come over so we can explore now? See, I
are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, Miss Ruthie Moore, Lil Ron distracting us on our show. But y'all check out Keeping It Realer and Mind Our Own Black Business. They had a mashup yesterday. Auntie Neil is wrapping up her show for the season. So we're going to be looking to replace those spots. They was like,
the season.
Yeah, we change up at the. We're changing up at the court. You've been gone, so we gotta have a talk about how we.
What season we moving into? Spring.
This is springtime.
Spring, yeah.
But we're changing up the lineup by quarters now. 2070-10, Jack Welch.
You stay living by some principles.
Hey.
That's you got. If a man don't have a code,
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta understand where it all fits. Man, I had some revelations and some insights. And can I tell y'all what?
It's gonna be like Jerry Maguire,
sort of. But I'm gonna tell you, you gotta watch. You gotta watch. You gotta watch the Smiley guy, because you would think that Ron is a nice guy.
Ron Rilla?
Yes.
Uh-oh,
no, Ron Rilla
can't be going the right way.
No, it's like I be trying to be merciful. Ron be like, no, they showed up late. They did this. They did a bit. No, they like, man, we trying to build a network here, right? Look, no, it's funny. He like, we trying to build a network. So you made me a manager. I'm just telling you. Here's my opinion on every show. I was like, I didn't really ask you for your opinion on every show.
Here's my opinion.
Here's where I think that we need to, right? He like, if we gonna make some money, let's make some money.
I like that in you.
I do too. It's like,
and I don't think that means that you're mean either.
No, and that's the problem with blackness. The problem with blackness is everybody want a bird's nest on the ground.
What?
Everybody wants a bird's nest on the ground. Everybody wants it, but they don't want to have to climb. They don't want to have to work to get it.
Can you chop the tree down and let it fall on the ground and grab it off the ground?
You can do that.
That is work.
That's work, though. You chop the tree.
I ain't gonna chop it. I'm gonna get the chainsaw.
That's great.
You ever picked up a chainsaw? Those things heavy.
They got lightweight ones.
Uh-oh. Oh,
that's right. I'm sorry. You're from Pembroke.
Right, Ruthie. First of all, Ruthie is like, what's
y'all
up,
seen
boy?
a lightweight chainsaw. Stop playing.
No, we haven't, Ruthie.
What?
Ruthie? Where are we? Okay, let me stop. Pause. I'm just telling you, we was putting the chairs together, and I had to show her the difference between a Phillips screwdriver and a Allen wrench hexagon.
All right, I hate to do it, but now that's elitist.
No, so
that he wouldn't know.
So no, it is symptomatic of inner city black male youth who have not had to fix or repair. That's what it is. We can call a repair service or whatever.
Or look on YouTube.
Well, I didn't have that option. But so when you talk about, so let's back up. So Ruthie is around here talking about chainsaws. Like, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I've seen a chainsaw in the store. I've never seen one. Well, I've seen one out in the space because I had somebody chop a tree down. But she talk about like somebody got a lightweight chainsaw in their back pocket. You ain't got one of these. If you ain't got one of these, you ain't real. You ain't real. If you ain't got one.
Is that like a homeowner, a regular homeowner tool?
No, not chainsaws.
No, not a chainsaw. No.
There
might be
y'all cut down. Y'all don't
Ruthie, we don't clear the land. Yeah. The land's already cleared.
No, he's right. They hire landscapers to cut trees around.
It's the most somebody has is hedge trimmers, and you might have a pruning.
That's wild.
No, Ruthie, it's urban.
It's urban.
Like nobody in the city. First of all, I don't even trust no Negroes with no chainsaw. If I see a Negro with a chainsaw,
I'm more scared of a white person with a chainsaw.
If I see a Negro with a chainsaw, that means he got a body in a bathtub.
No, that means he probably can do some work.
I'm gonna go rent a chainsaw from one of the big stores because there's a couple of trees that grew up out of nowhere in the backyard.
You should put in a 311 request.
No, they won't do it in your backyard.
Oh, it's your backyard. Okay.
Right. The tree that grew up and did it. I hate them weed trees. Cause those not cannabis, not cannabis.
Say, now you know we like weed trees.
No, the weed trees are those things that are like they look like weeds when they first start. They can twist up in your fence and grow, and the next thing you know, it's like a straight up tree in your fence.
You need a chainsaw to get them branches. It's all in between the fence.
Which you really need. But I'll let that be.
It's cheaper to get a chainsaw.
It's cheaper to keep her. All right. Yeah. How chainsaw? See, Pembroke. Pembroke.
And they got electric ones too. You don't even got to use gas.
I feel really some kind of way about electric power tools. I'm good with the electric drill, and electric drill, like electric drill, that bad boy is super dope. Shout out to Senator Turner, who is tuned in with us right now. Appreciate you. Hey, Blake Turner, Tennille, and I'm going to be connecting you today with some people. All right, what are we talking about? Do y'all want to talk about the birth of a cartel, or do you want to talk about the mixed messaging of the pandemic?
Sound like go hand in hand.
So let's go with the cartel. At least we can start there. And if things are off the rails, then Ruthie will change us.
All right. So I don't know if you all saw the story, and this is pretty interesting. The story of GTI. It was published by Ray Long in the Chicago Tribune. I think it was in the paper yesterday. I printed it out, and we were going to talk about it yesterday. But then we got carried away because we were so excited that Ruthie didn't care that she came back, and we was all like, Ruthie! And she was like, what up?
Yeah, right.
We was like, and then day 2 of that, we was about to say something, and she still was like, then it's like today she got here. It's like, it's almost Friday. We was like, Dad, we was still waiting for you to be happy on Monday. So I didn't really get to it. But it's funny to watch this birth of a cartel. I'm going to call it birth of a cartel.
I think that he actually said something like that in the article.
Who?
Ray Long? Ray Long, yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that, but I think some of that is Ray listens to us, and, I think there's... No, I'm telling you, come on, man. Y'all shout out to Ray Long, friend of... a media associate. But I'm going to tell you that this story was intriguing to me because I feel like I've told you all this pieces and parts of it, right? Like I feel like I've told you all about this disconnected, and this story kind of brings it all together because back in 2014, I know about this because in 2014, I was angling to be a partner in GTI Green Thumb Inc., Green Thumb Industries. It was because there was the thought that as they were moving forward, that there to get a medical dispensary as far back as 2014, even when I was still lobbying, one of the strategies to success for GTI was to have a minority program. Now, this was before we were saying what's in it for the black people and all that. The goal was, and I told you that I always used to say that the way that one of my lobbying strategies was to create community benefits agreements if you were going to try and get the support of Black Caucus members. And one of GTI's biggest concerns initially was, would they be able to get Black Caucus members to support legalization of cannabis? And so their strategy was to have a black component. Now, whether that was partners at the corporate level or partners at the dispensary level where I was trying to fit in, I watched as this cartel became. Y'all remember me telling you the story of the white guy that I met that his family owned Jim Beam?
Yes.
And went back
and they
17.
was getting out the liquor industry to get into the weed industry, right?
Because it was they saw it as Prohibition 2.0. Well, that was it. That was the corporation, right? GTI. GTI now is a last year it had $500 million in revenue and is valued at a $5 billion corporation from 2014 to now 2021. There were some key points in the article that I think are important that you understand because it informs how I tell you wealth is legislated. I'm going to read some chunks of this story from you, some excerpts from the Chicago Tribune, okay? This story was written by Jason Meisner and Ray Long of the Chicago Tribune. Investigators have been scrutinizing campaign donations and other steps Green Thumb Industries took as it sought to secure growing and distribution licenses in Illinois. Now, what's interesting about this story is they say that there's a federal probe, but none of the parties are aware of the federal probe, which means that the feds, whoever, and that could be any department though, right? That doesn't have to be the FBI. That could be, it could be the post office. It could be, it could be anybody.
Well, I'm at the IRS type.
Yes, it could be anybody, but the
Treasury.
feds are investigating this industry. They are investigating the green wave of marijuana decriminalization, which has led to an unprecedented scramble for licenses and financial backings. Founded in 2014, Green Thumb Industries was a handful of companies to secure the state's first licenses to grow. GTI and other companies already licensed to sell medical pot were in turn given the first licenses for recreational sales when the bill passed in 2019. Green Thumb now stands as one of the behemoths nationwide with $500 million in total revenues last year and an estimated market capitalization of $5 billion. GTI operates a patchwork of cannabis growing sites as well as 56 retail stores in 15 states, in 9 in Illinois. They have their own line of packaged pot products, rolled joints, gummies, oils, and vaping materials that are sold in their stores and stores around and other vendors around the country. CEO Ben Kovler is a private equity manager whose ancestors, listen to that, whose ancestors started Jim Beam Whiskey Empire a century ago. Other investors include Ari Levy, whose father founded Levy Restaurants Group in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Both of these guys are of Jewish background, right? So Levy Restaurants does all the big catering. They got the Bulls, Blackhawks, and then restaurants around.
White Sox?
Yep.
Yeah.
But and know that they got those because there's a network, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Reinsdorf, Ben Kovler, Ari Levy.
Yep.
Okay.
I see the circle.
Okay. The business of selling marijuana, legal marijuana, is largely uncharted territory, and companies like GTI had to be savvy and flexible enough to weather getting an operation off the ground while waiting for licenses to be approved and customers to come online. In interviews, and I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this very carefully. In interviews, Kovler has often talked about Green Thumb's success hinging, listen to this, on the ability to take advantage of tightly regulated markets, which allows companies with enough capital to build a moat around its interests and wall off competitors. That's you, black people. Wealth is legislated. Let me read this to you again. Kovler often has talked about Green Thumb's success hinging on the ability to take advantage of tightly regulated markets, which allows companies with enough capital to build a moat around its interests and wall off competitors. In early meetings in 2014, Kovler said that his connections to powerful business people and politicians in Illinois would make them a shoe-in for any licenses that they would need. Let me tell you, during the licensing process, they had armored cars that delivered their applications. Their applications, they spent over $250,000 to assemble their application and then replicate it. Let me give you some more. Let me read this to you. My access to capital and relations I have forged within Illinois business and the political world from Chicago to Springfield, as well as my family's name, means that without me it's doubtful you will secure even one license.
He said, without me, you ain't securing
one license.
Whoa.
Let me read this again. My access to capital and the relationships I have forged within the Illinois business and political world from Chicago to Springfield, as well as my family's name, means that without me, it is doubtful that you will even secure one license. When Kovler founded GTI in May of 2014, Then Governor Pat Quinn's administration was still in the process of drafting exactly how the program would work and months away from accepting applications from the growers. Now, they wrote their laws and they identified. I'm going to tell you that nothing that I've read in here is illegal at all. It is the complete understanding of the process and how to create wealth. When Kovler, let me back up. To push along in Springfield, he hired a succession of lobbyists, including Mike McLean. Remember, Mike McLean was Madigan's right-hand man. My access to capital, business, and political relationships. Mike Madigan did not vote on the issue, which obviously says to me, if you didn't vote on the issue, somewhere in there, somebody got some interest, but we'll let that be. He then went on to hire Shaw DeCramer in 2015. If you remember, Shaw DeCramer was the guy who was another top Madigan who got put out for sexual harassment, but then got more money when he got put out of sexual he picked up the Major League Baseball, he got the NBA. Imagine a white lobbyist for the NBA. That's all good though. Most recently, GTI contract lobbyists include two firms headed by former Madigan aides Heather Weir-Vaught and Kristen Bauer. Heather Weir-Vaught is the person who protected Madigan during the Me Too scandal. Let's go on. In addition to lobbyists, the company brought some well-known names into the fold, including Superintendent Terry Hilliard and Terry Gaynor, a former Chicago cop. That was because security was of the utmost, and so their premise was, let's hire the top cops, until they realized that was too easy for other people to do. So what they did when they went from medical to public was they changed that to veteran, right? And that was the trick right there. Campaign donations went to Illinois Senate President Don Harmon. They also formed a pro-cannabis political action committee, which is headed by former Republican Pam Altoff from downstate, McHenry County, right? She leaves being a legislator because they've regulated the business, and she knows now that there's more money. You make $70,000 as a legislator. They got $275,000 just from one firm, but she now she is the physical face of the cannabis mafia. Now check this out. Vision Management, which is a separate company that they own, also gave $1,000 to Bridget Degnan for food for a fundraiser at Bar Lupo. Well, she's also the Cook County Commissioner who left being the person who wrote the laws. What do I tell you? She was the deputy, Degnan, who served as Deputy Director of Medical Cannabis for the Department of Financial and Professional Regulation from 2013 to 2017. She now owns Vision Management, which does business from the same address as GTI. So what she did was she left government after writing the laws, and remember, her boss also left and started another company in a different. So they wrote the laws, set the rules, and then left. She wrote her future and went on. Right? How do you convince somebody in law in the space to write laws favorable? Because remember, his success is built on creating a tightly regulated market. Remember when I said, let everybody sell 10 pounds? Right?
Right.
And there's a big fight. Like if cannabis is not a bad product, why can't everybody sell it? Because it relies on tightly regulated markets to ensure their profit and build a moat around competition. You are the competition, black people. Let me continue. Vision Management, which Bridget Degnan, Bridget Degnan is connected to, does business from GTI's office. Bob Morgan, Deerfield State Representative, also was the first coordinator of the state's medical cannabis program. He now does business. His firm is now one of the top cannabis business companies in Illinois. Because remember, now the center of the cannabis world is in Chicago. He works for that firm, and they're the biggest, and they do the most cannabis business, but he does none in Illinois. All his cannabis business is in other states. in Michigan. Then we see that she contributed to Rep. Kelly Cassidy, House sponsor, and Kelly Cassidy says she has not been in contact with GTI in quite some time. Well, I would assume not. Like, everything's done now. There's some points I want you to pay attention to in this story. They identified an industry just like alcohol that was demonized. They found the right people within government and got them to write the laws that allowed them to regulate it while keeping us out. You know I'm clearly hitting on some real tough issues because my phone is going crazy now. Just so we're clear.
This reminds me of liquor. Liquor is.
It was liquor. That's what he told me when I literally brought Ben Kovler to the basement of the School for Inner City Studies when Carl West and I were doing the lunchtime series, and he broke all of this down for the people who came, and everybody was like, "Yo, what? Like, this is you? Who is this to? We don't care." And now he has a $5 billion company. He then, and I'm going to tell you that the social equity program that they came with was in direct response to, and I probably got the notes, in direct response to me sitting at the table being like, wait a minute, because they invited me to a meeting to understand all of the business. And so they got all these books and all this stuff, and really, Ruthie, is about bagging weed. Literally. Like, it was, if you put it in the grinder, this product is called the keef. This is called the flour. This is called the, and I'm like, dog, I'm reading a technical book on how to bag up weed. Mm-hmm. And they saw this industry that has been demonized, so most people are scared to touch it. Then they identify the people that can help them regulate it. They legalize it under very tight constrictions. Then they control the market and create profit. And he told you in his plan it was to control the market tightly so that they could and drown you out economically. Mm-hmm. Everything that's happening to black people right now was in this article. And I just want to point out to y'all that I told y'all about this 3 years ago. I told y'all this story. I told you it happened.
They're going to beat everybody off with bags of money, basically.
And they did. I mean, when you're a billion, they sold Jim Beam for $17.9 billion.
That's a lot of
money. And just think about this. Now they're at $5 billion already, and they're untapped.
Right.
With a moat built around.
Mm-hmm. Built around. And black folks in swimming. This is the Maze Jackson Show, the anatomy of a cartel. We'll be back after these messages.
WIFTVPN. Everybody's talking about the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish. Place your order today for a delicious meal. The chicken and fish are fried to perfection, featuring a wide variety of catfish, perch, tilapia, whiting, and shrimp. Now it's your turn to see what everybody's talking about. It's the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, Chicago's newest spot for delicious meals. Stop by at 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop, or get contactless delivery from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Postmates. For more info, call 773-807-9010. 773-807-9010. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish is open just in time for lunch, or take it to the house for a delicious dinner. It's Chicago's new spot for perfectly fried chicken and fish. Don't wait any longer. Try it today. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish.
Peace, everybody out there. What's going on? This is Eugene McIntosh, one half of the illest independent sports media outlet in the whole entire land, the Bigs. Check me and my player partner, Terrence Tomlin, a.k.a. T-Tom the Great, out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
Sometimes have a tendency to look at you religiously, yeah, 'cause nothing even matters to me. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. You won't find me at no store. No time for manicures. With you it's never either or. 'Cause nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters at all. Nothing even Nothing even matters. Now my team could score and make it to the Final Four. Just repossess me 4x4. Yeah, 'cause nothing even matters no more. Nothing even matters, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nothing even matters to me.
Listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Get my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd over there looking at his phone, trying to figure out. What you trying to figure out, man?
The day and if I'm supposed to be doing something with Claire.
Oh. Hey, man. Shouldn't you get that before you left out the door, man? I always hate for Claire to be standing outside waiting for you to pick her up, and you like,
she hate that too.
Hey, dude, I cannot be having Claire standing outside. You're gonna raise the dowry again, man.
3 minutes is like
3 hours.
Yes.
I mean,
on the phone. When are you gonna be here? When are you gonna be here?
Hey, man, nobody wants. First of all, you should be there waiting for Claire. You have to teach her the proper way, the way of the samurai, the way of the gentleman. The gentleman.
Well, they do kick you out of the school now.
They kick you out, so you can't stand there and say, "Oh no, dog." And St. Ignatius. But she's inside the St. Ignatius protective bubble.
Oh yeah,
right?
I mean, there's a police officer.
There's a police officer that guards every child standing outside. Meanwhile, the poor children across the street get hit by cars, all type of stuff. We could care less.
Those people across the street ain't po.
Those people, yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah, actually they are.
No, that's a real apartment building, isn't it? I mean, when I say real, like everybody gets, you have to pay rent.
No.
You don't?
You have to pay rent, but $8.
Oh, really? Subsidized.
Yes, you're talking about beyond that one. You're talking about when you go beyond that. Because when you look out, you see across the street is Barbara Jean Wright. Then after you get to Barbara Jean Wright, then there's University Village. It's right across the street. I used to live over there, so I'm pretty clear.
No.
And then there's CVS. Yep.
You're going the wrong way. I'm just talking about across the street, right on Roosevelt.
Hey, man. Right across the street, look, y'all knocked the poor people's homes down and built you built a lacrosse field on the homes of people.
I didn't knock anything down. If I knocked something down, I'd be in Arizona right now.
Arizona? Why Arizona, man?
It's warm.
So is Florida.
I'm going warm. No. Florida's got like mold and stuff. I'd rather try to fight scorpions and have mold just attack me at night while I'm sleeping.
There's a lot of black people going to Arizona. I've been noticing that.
Yeah, me too.
There's a lot of people. I want a summer home. I've decided, and I don't know if I want it in Michigan or Wisconsin. But I need somewhere to get away to. All right. It's the Mace Jackson Show.
Ruthie?
I might give me a place
said
in
she got a
Renfro.
slam.
I was
She got
thinking,
some property she want to get rid of.
y'all laughing.
I ain't trying to get rid of it.
She trying to get some more. I'm trying to find out if I can get me one of them Pembroke houses and just build me a ranch.
All you gotta do is sell them an acre and a half. You keep the rest.
I would lease it.
No, but not to me. You would.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right? I'm gonna think about me some of that. I gotta give me some rich land. You know, I would. Man, you know what? If I had me a place like that, I'd give me some 4-wheelers. I probably have me a boat somewhere I could go fishing.
Ruthie can show you all that.
Right. Then she can show me how to hunt.
She could put up a company that helps people like you, and then you sell all the rest of the land. You don't need to keep it forever. Then you go buy some land somewhere else that's gonna raise the property value. Well, all him and his friends with all the money, they'll raise all the property value around there anyway. So you'll be, you know, after you sell his, you buy something somewhere else close by. Make sure all his friends buy all yours. You know, you just keep coming up.
Can we build a resort
Now
down
you
there?
thinking like a Illinois politician.
And
Todd.
then you build the big house, and you have all the family come to your house now.
She already had the big house.
No,
they had the big house.
Yeah, but now this is her big house.
Right,
now
but
she
that's
in charge.
that's her and Rogers'
Too
big
many
house.
people stay in the big house.
That's her. And Rogers got 100, and Rogers got 110 grandkids too. So y'all gonna be running around there. They'll be like, we can't go to see Granny Ruthie. They're gonna be like, who she thinks she is? I'm older than her.
I'm older than her.
I'm older.
She a little old thing, ain't you? You're a little old thing. You smell like transmission fluid. Hey, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Maze, Ruthie, Todd, Lil Ron is here. Y'all make sure y'all send our one and only Sonia Escobar a happy birthday. Which one is happy? Wait. Oh, that's happy anniversary. Tuesday.
That's what'll happen. Maze will move down there, and then you sell the other lots to Tu and Herb.
You know what? Two and Herb ain't ready. Because then I had the streets of Bolingbrook down there, and they'll be worried.
They'd be
nervous,
worried.
right? They couldn't hang a day on the streets of Bolingbrook with them paved streets.
Or they probably just wouldn't want to live next to Maze.
No, nobody wants to. Can I tell you what? Don't nobody really want. I want a compound for my family, but I even want them to have to drive to my house. Right? Because it's like it's like my family is not the underneath you family. Like we be like, hey, see ya, love you too. Talk to you next month, right? And it's not. So we like to see each other, but we want to see us over there. I'm gonna see you over there, right? So I would build a compound, and I let my family live on it, but everybody had their own house, and y'all couldn't be up in my joint.
I hear you.
All right,
Pembroke would be great for that. Property value just right now.
I'm telling you,
I'm guessing.
Ruthie is looking at you, but I'm thinking I'm going to try and figure this out. Because I was just thinking, if I had me some land, and I'm going to tell you, Willie Preston, I ain't going to say he made me jealous, but he did make me say, like, Dad, I want me some woods. I want to go out, except for when the animals come.
They ain't making no more.
They ain't making no more
No,
land.
they don't.
All right.
And then one day, one of your relatives runs for sheriff.
How y'all doing around these parts? That, like, I want to be like this.
Ain't no police department out there.
Woo!
Everybody's got a sheriff.
Now,
they may not show up, but it's part of government in Illinois, at least.
You know what? Would you be the sheriff? I'm the sheriff around these parts.
Yeah, shoot. Sheriff, powerful.
Barney
position.
Fife?
No.
Andy Griffith.
No, not even Andy. Andy was, he was the sheriff, wasn't he? Yeah, that's why everybody loved Andy. He was the sheriff.
Did they ever put a black person in jail?
No. It might have been a riot if they'd done that.
And they'd be like, you got to go to the segregated jail.
Right. They'd be like, wait, he can't stay here.
Did you ever watch Andy Griffith, Ruthie?
Unfortunately.
Dang, Ruthie, you don't like nothing.
I mean,
why you ain't like Andy and B?
No,
okay, but
she liked Andy, but she don't want to admit it.
It was okay. That's the type of show that you watch because I think either
you ain't got cable.
Yeah, like
right,
and because somebody else was watching it. Like I always wanted to see them go fishing, but they never did. It was just the intro.
Yeah, they never really did any gamey type.
Wasn't it
stuff.
black and white?
Yes.
it's hard for me to watch black and white TV because I always wonder, like, ooh, what colors do they have on? Like my mind just and I can't. It's hard for me to watch
focus
it.
on the show itself.
It's so hard for me to watch it.
It's hard for you to. Oh, okay, I can see that.
You know, when you grow up with color TV, it's like
color TV. What you doing with a color TV?
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't gonna say it.
Well, y'all had black and white, right?
I started with black and white, but I always had a color TV. We always had color.
What about you, Todd?
My parents.
I don't know.
But my parents did.
No, you're right. Black and white. We start with black and white. Yeah.
When I had my own TV in my room, my parents made us get black and white because they was like, y'all ain't gonna have
TV
this
in a room. You rich suburbanites.
That was the whole thing though. They was like, y'all can't have color TVs in y'all room because then y'all really be spoiled.
You know why it was black and white? Now that I think about it, because my grandmother got this color kind of plastic thing, and it had like red and green and yellow, and you put it on the TV like it was color.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Oh, there's all kind of crazy stuff that happened when technology was starting to change.
Wait, they had a whole what?
It's really just a paper film with colors on it, and you put it on your TV. I mean, it seemed like a big thing at the time because everything was black and white.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a great. I just never heard of that. And how did it work though? Was it effective? Did it have good color?
It's goofy.
Yeah, you know. I wish they would have made a TV unscrambler for on TV. All right.
They did. Once you paid.
Paid? No, man. They didn't have bootleg on TV. So a few things. 8 o'clock hour I want to talk about. And I'm going to bounce around a little bit. First of all, the Biden border issue. Hey, Ron, make sure I'm connected on the road too, because I'm going to play a video. But I want to make sure, have you all been seeing what's going on at the border? It seems as though, It is connected, or do I need to
searching? You gotta.
All right, I gotta make it discoverable. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you. Have you all seen what's been going on at the border? Mm-hmm. There seems to be a border crisis. You got it? It says it's connected. All right, there's a border crisis at. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. Lil Ron done threw me off a little bit. A border crisis, and it seems that Joe Biden is having a challenge trying to deal with it. They are actually. I feel like the whole Biden, whole Trump presidency. We talked a lot about throughout the whole Trump presidency. Turn it off and turn it back on. Stop it and start it again. Throughout the whole Trump presidency, the children at the border was an issue. People were crying. People were all over the place. And he talked about the migrant caravans that were coming. And apparently those things have resurfaced. But the Democrats are dealing with it differently. I.e., they're saying that we now have a crush of additional. I don't know what's going on, Ron, because it's not showing up at all. I've turned off the Bluetooth. Just disconnect the Bluetooth, turn it off, and then we'll turn it back on. So I'm just gonna say that I think there's a difference in how the migrant situation is being handled by Democrats and as it was handled by Republicans. Do you all? One of the first priorities that Joe Biden made was to deal with the Dreamers, and I believe he did that, right? Did he pass a Dream Act? Because he said that was his first priority in his first 100 days, was to ensure that we had a path for those 11 million people to come back, to become citizens and to protect them. And I thought that was kind of odd to do up front with all of the things that were issues for black folks. But he made it a priority. But now I think he's got the same problem that Trump has, which is the perception that the border is now open and that we are welcoming everyone here. Now we find that children. They said that a facility in. They said that the facility in Mexico, which was built not Mexico in Arizona. Or Texas, built for 410 people, now has 4,800 people there.
Sounds dangerous.
Children are being moved into convention centers where they are being given food, shelter, as well as mental observation and having COVID tests if they show symptoms. What do we do about these migrant children that are coming? And what do they call them now? Unaccompanied minors? Mm-hmm. Basically, parents putting their kids on the train and saying, get there and they'll take care of you once you get to America. What do we do?
Well, it's a tough question. Ruthie.
Well, okay, so, I looked at this from a few different angles, and I had to go beyond some of the news coverage that we're getting or lack of. And if you want to see kind of what's going on, you kind of got to look to like some of the right-leaning news a little bit if you want to try to get some of the visual imagery of what's going on. And I went as far as to read the Spanish translation of some of the people that reporters were interviewing. And I'm always cautious about, news sources because they probably could have did 50 and just took the 5 that fit their narrative. But in looking at those translations, it seems like it's the same sort of story of, well, Biden said or Biden appeared to be more compassionate and more welcoming, blah, 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 blah. But it's people coming looking for better lives, essentially. And the story that I actually read, they tricked the people who were on the plane and told them they were going to, I believe, Florida or something. And they actually flew their plane to Mexico and made the people get out. And the people were upset because they didn't get any food or nothing. They didn't get food, so they were upset. They didn't get resources. And it was kind of one of those things where it's, okay, Mexico, you deal with this. But I think truly what we do need to secure our border.
But this isn't a Mexico thing, though, right? These people ain't coming from Mexico.
Central America, Mexico, okay. All of them. Okay. No, I'm saying all of them because we share borders, with Mexico. So we know that. My thing, we know the smuggling routes. We got technology to find the underground tunnels. Like, we do need to secure our borders. Like, that is paramount. And what is a nation without borders? Like,
Ruthie, that sounds very.
I know. I know. But I mean, think about it. What is a nation without borders?
A global society.
We are global, exactly. So if we're gonna be a global society, then
everybody drop their borders.
But my thing is, can I, as a black person, can I go seek asylum somewhere because America been treating me a certain type of way? Who gonna embrace me?
People have done that before.
You can.
Where?
But do you really want to go there?
Usually they go to Russia
or Cuba.
Russia? Yeah. That's where or France. France is always a good place to go, but yeah, that's why. Excuse me. Yeah, that's why a lot of those guys in like the 50s, they were like communist sympathizers.
See, here you go with the labels.
No, that's why they were in Russia. It was a communist country, right? Because
with the labels.
Well, I don't know if they were for complete Marxism, but it was communism because everybody can be labeled in some fashion, and there's going to be some truth to it, more than likely. So, but they were really just trying to get away from America's tyranny.
The tyranny.
I mean, but if you do have a whole bunch of unaccompanied minors, like literally, like children, young people, like what are you supposed to do with them? Biden kind of said, well, question. Trump just let them languish by the river hungry. Like, so, I mean, what are you supposed to do? And then let's not even, we ain't even really talking about how many of these young people are being trafficked. Like, human trafficking is real. Right now, people gonna always find a way to make money off of anything. And right now, these smugglers are making so much money off of this human cargo. I know y'all saw the video of them coming out of the tractor trailer
No, but
y'all haven't seen that?
No, but they've been trafficking forever. This is nothing new.
It's nothing new.
Yeah.
But at what cost? Like, at what cost? Like, people always say, well, America does have laws. We just don't follow the laws that are on the books related to immigration.
The laws are probably no. Bam. That's it.
I mean, I think that we have rules. It's just that we've just chosen to politically make them not. I mean,
No, the problem with law is it doesn't deal with human life standing in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's somebody standing who's 8, what are you going to do?
Shoot them like Tamir Rice?
Well, see, there's the problem.
I mean, I guess my thing is I have no space. I'm not going to say I don't care about anyone else's problem, but I am going to tell you, Todd, that like when I find out that we are making provision for this, and we still have not secured the border. We ain't even secured black people in Chicago. It's just tough for me.
But living in Chicago, we really feel we feel a lot of the effects of American immigration. Chicago is a hub. Not just for not necessarily just for the cartel, but Chicago is a hub. And when I tell you that the majority of people that are moving to Pembroke are of like Latin descent, like it's a hub.
And I'm trying to tell people, and people, like, it's funny to me to watch as bleeding Chicago local Democrats scream that we should not have voter ID and that we are disenfranchising people, and that it's like we are planning for our own demise. Did you get it? I emailed it to R. Hayes. We right now, in my estimation, it's our own demise we are setting up. Right? When we talk about we don't want no law. Like, how has this worked? How does this work out for us as black folks?
In the long run, see the thing is you so you come over illegally, right? Not through the proper means. You have a kid. Now your kid is an American citizen. That kid then grows up and is an American citizen. Part of it is the way that our immigration laws are written. Like I can't blame people for trying to come over here to get a better life. Mm-mm. Like, I mean, I cannot blame.
I'm not blaming them, but
I can't.
I'm not offering aid and assist. But
do you feel like Biden and his messaging opened the door for more people to feel comfortable to quote unquote seek asylum in America?
Yes, I do.
No, I think people have been doing this all the time. There was nothing's going to stop people from trying to get over the border. The border's just too big. They're always going to be trying to get over.
Yeah, but I think there is also we got
incentives.
I agree.
We got incentives.
Like, I mean, think about the fact that yesterday we read the mayor said that of the $1.8 billion that we're getting, she don't know what we got, right? She don't know what she gonna do, but what she does know is that the undocumented population has been left out of the stimulus package, and so she wants to make sure that some of that $1.8 billion goes to them. Now, we ain't heard nothing about no black folks at all. And so if you say that that's not an incentive, if I knew that I ain't seen $1,400 never, and now Chicago talking about, before they talk about reparations, they talking about universal basic income, and they talking about ensuring that our undocumented population gets a piece of the stimulus.
I think it's hard as a black person because, like Todd said, what can you do with the unaccompanied minor crying right in front of you? Can you really send them back, or do you need to feed this young person and provide them with medical attention and then figure out what you're doing here? Are you know?
Yes, but I'm gonna tell you how you do it. You do it on the plane.
What plane?
The plane back. You put them on a medical plane and you put them on a medical plane back. Right? Here's my thing. Like, you're sending me a sick child unprepared and because you can't handle it.
No, there's a bigger picture. And I've actually dealt with people who been here from other countries, and it's generally it's not that my child is sick and I'm just looking for health care. It's generally, man, this place is dangerous. I need to get you out of here.
This place sucks. If I can get my child over there and get you anchored, then I can come later.
So sort of like the neighborhoods that our children live in. I mean, this place is dangerous.
Yes.
Yes.
It is. And so understand that it's hard for me to have long distance tears when I'm still trying to get over my short distance tears. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a quick break. And I want to, you know how you were saying it's hard for black people? Right? Like it's hard for black people to look at the child.
We are compassionate.
So when we come back, I got a great clip I want to play for you. Ryan, I got it on my road, I think, now, so we can do it that way. Let's take a quick break, super quick, and we'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
Yeah, what down with it? I am God, tapping in one time for the one time. I am getting ahead without devolving. And I want to let y'all know that this coming Friday, April 2nd, I will be in the building on the What's In It for the Black People Media Network on Facebook, live with the homies, T-Tom, Gino, Eugene McIntosh, Terrence Tomlin, the Bigs, you know what I'm talking about, live on the soil. We're going to be debuting and premiering my upcoming project, The Eternal Reflection, with the homie Custom Made. Y'all ain't going to want to miss this. 1 to 3 p.m. Make sure y'all tapping in. We going to be on the soil with the Bigs, you know what I'm talking about. Shout out the homie Gino, Eugene McIntosh, shout out Terrence Tomlin, shout out to What's In It for the Black People Media Network, you know what I'm talking about. Make sure you there. Yeah, I am God.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at The Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at The Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
WIFTBPM.
I think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's In It for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
You are listening to The Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, Ruthie Moore, and Lee Ron. Better known as Lil Ron. And, you know, Ruthie, what was that you were saying about black people?
She was talking bad about them.
No. What was you saying about black people and seeing undocumented immigrants? What was it that you were saying? Talk to me.
It ain't just about being black. It's just about being a human and having
all lives matter.
Having compassion. It's like when you see a baby bird out of the nest. Like you want to just pick it up and put it back in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just something it's compassion. And so it's hard to see a undocumented young person who then traveled all these miles. Like you can't just put them on a plane without some type of intervention. And
put the intervention on the plane.
I don't necessarily disagree with you.
I'm saying we can't get we can't get a medical boat.
But what if you sending those young people back,
to O Block?
To
Inglewood.
Their version of O Block, yeah.
To Ingle. Who's coming to rescue? Which y'all got Mr. Drummond coming over here? So, as you contemplate,
you know who should rescue?
Look at him. Two says, "Stomp that bird." I'm gonna tell you.
You know who should rescue him is us. Instead of fooling around and pretending like it's somebody else, Mr. Drummond coming. Well, how about everybody who's black working on that, huh?
on saving the undocumented kids.
On black people over in O Block and what you're talking
I'm
about.
with you on that. So I'm with that. Give me the funds and the resources that you about to send down to Texas, and we can all get it in.
I can go for that too.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm with it. And then we can compensate our people for it. But you know why y'all busy being compassionate?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Fox 32 yesterday, and I thought that since Ruthie, we're going to play this video for you. Shout out to Fox 32 News. Here is yesterday evening's report. Ron, you got me up? Hold on. You got me connected via Bluetooth? I'm not hearing it come across.
Members of the Latino community say the Obama administration removed and deported millions of people in hostile raids across the country, and that the school board should be conscious about what type of message they want to send to immigrant families in the community.
And in the school district of Waukegan, there is an almost 80 percentile of Latinx children here in our school district.
Board President Brandon Ewing is open to hearing their opinions.
I think we should take into consideration all parties as it relates to the name changing, right? I don't want to have to do this another 10 years from now because there's a different group who feels differently.
At tonight's meeting, the school board explained what the next steps will be.
300 names for each school that were submitted. Those names were then narrowed down to 6. That 6 consisted of a mix between local and national figures. Those names were then voted on by that specific school community, right? And those 3 names for both Daniel Webster and Thomas Jefferson are now going to be presented to the board for a decision.
The school board is scheduled to decide on that new name for the Thomas Jefferson School at a meeting next month.
So, did you all hear that the Latino community protested the Obama high school? The school being named after Obama.
Why?
Actually, and I really wish I had the audio. I got to find the video of the gentleman who basically said, oh, hold on. I think we can get it back. There was a gentleman, Todd, who basically said that Obama was he was the number one exporter in. Hold on, let me see if I can get the one from Channel 7. Maybe that's the one that had it. But he basically called President Obama the deporter. Here it is. I got you. Let me see if I can get this one. I'm trying to connect my road. Let's see, Ryan. But it's funny because Ruthie is talking about our compassion and how compassionate black people are, right? And then we mess around. It probably disconnected for a second. But Ruthie talks about how compassionate we are for everybody else. And Ruthie, I think this is the one that I'm looking for right here. Ron, are you connected on the road? All right, let's try it again. Let's move. Ooh. Hold on. We'll let that get past. That's the audio.
Maze is trying to let everybody in. Listen to all that different music.
Look at all of that music. Everybody getting in. They like Channel 7. Like if you gonna play our joint, you gonna watch our commercial. So we're gonna let that get past. Give us our money. Give us our money. But I thought it was pretty interesting that they refused to. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. I'm ready now. Hold on. Oh, they make you watch them? They like, oh, no. You're going to watch the commercial.
The whole commercial.
Right, and if you think you're going to rewind. So anyway, I thought it was interesting to watch as the Latino community, black and brown, you would think that President Obama, best thing since sliced bread for them, right? Dreamers, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here is what they had to say in regards to naming school after President Obama.
Population. Tonight, Waukegan's Board of Education heard concerns from the public over one of the finalists in the running to be the new name for Thomas Jefferson Middle School.
I want to urge the school board to drop the names of Barack and Michelle Obama from consideration.
I personally don't object to the name, but I have to be aware of the concerns.
The country's first Black President and First Lady Barack and Michelle Obama is one of the top 3 choices for the school's new name, but one that's drawing opposition in the area with a large Latinx population.
We feel that Barack Obama disserviced us. He denied us. And he didn't stop the deportations the way he promised.
Members of the area's Latinx community held a protest outside the meeting's doors.
If you're removing the name of Thomas Jefferson, one oppressor, the name of Obama is another oppressor. And our families do not want to see that name.
Mauricio Sanchez's father was deported in 2015 during the Obama administration.
It was something very sad. We couldn't even say goodbye to our dad. We just hoped for him to be able to get out.
He said his dad is still in deportation hearings to this day, and the Sanchez family says the Obama name is a reminder of their current struggles. Others who spoke about the name change tonight endorsed civil rights icon John Lewis. The board did not make a final decision tonight.
Obama.
Hey, they got their opinion, but
I bet his name ain't going on that school.
Either you're a citizen or you're not a citizen.
I bet his name ain't on that school. Think about that. Think about that. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear them call him he was like they literally put him in the same category as a slave owner.
They did.
Literally in the same as a slave owner. Man, put a mask on, Chris. You got to put a mask on in here, bro. You got to go put a mask on.
I don't think that's going to work, though. Not the mask. I don't think that's going to work with black people. We're not going to.
Yeah, but he ain't
with that.
I got you, but he's not going to get the school in Waukegan. They just said we got 80% of this joint, and the black dude.
Just that much?
Hey, man, undocumented. Well, yes, you can't count it.
At least in that school district, I guess.
And they said it was basically it's 80. I think 80% of the population of that school is undocumented Latinx. I don't know if it's the district, but that school specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And when you think about the fact that school specifically, but I just need for y'all to understand what they did to y'all beloved Obama.
That's y'all beloved
No,
Obama.
stop it, Ruthie. You in the beloved Obama team. I'm not on the beloved Obama team.
Ruthie got a suitcase full of capes.
Now let me ask you a question. What happens in the event? What happens in the event though that I feel like they have the right to say that?
Oh, well,
except for
I ain't mad at them people.
But is black people mad at him? Because if you say something about Obama, people gonna have a problem.
Nah, I don't think black people. Why would they be mad at him? They followed the law. I mean, either you're a citizen or you're not, and if you haven't done what you need to become a citizen, get a green card or whatever, then you are subject to
deportation.
Yes.
No, what do you gotta have? We don't even want nobody that had no ID, man. I'm just thinking about this. Think about this. The people who are going to have the ability to deny President Obama in the United States to have his name on a school.
He got his name on enough schools.
Hold on. Just think that undocumented immigrants with no vote can deny a black man the opportunity to be honored in the country, the first black president. I need for y'all as y'all be black and browning it up.
Some other school will,
he
in
gonna get plenty of
protest,
honors.
put him on there.
See, the thing is,
hold on, but you trying to tell me that
we need to take notes.
That's all I'm saying.
They said he didn't uphold his campaign promise.
They did say that.
Like legit. And so black people, we need to be taking notes. How many times have promises been broken to us? And what do?
Obama. Oh, I'm gonna be a hater again.
We need to take notes.
That's crazy though. Just think about the fact that the Obamans
as a group
first of all, what Michelle do? How did it become the Michelle and the Barack Obama high school? Not high school, but what she do?
Don't do Michelle.
What? She is not the damn president.
Yeah, she was holding him down. Don't do her.
So this is all I'm gonna say. Y'all don't. It's all these white men presidents all around the whole entire universe. All of them. They ain't never had to have their justification by their first lady. Even Ronald Reagan, and he couldn't even remember nothing.
Right.
Nancy told him everything to say.
His wife was running. The same thing with Wilson. His wife was running the government.
But you don't hear nobody saying what.
I can't even tell you her first
Jackie
name.
Onassis Kennedy was popular.
She was a fashion model.
Okay,
But she was. Nobody said President Kennedy is now Jackie O. No. You ever heard any Jackie O. high schools? No. You ever? I'm just telling you.
If John F. Kennedy couldn't say something, they'd ask Bobby. Bobby, what should we do today?
Right. So the premise again, just the Barack and Michelle Obama. Black man can't even have his own joint. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and Barack stayed with his kids, Ruthie. So stop it. Yeah, what y'all go? You know, you be like they got them sad babies. And look, I'm gonna tell y'all though. You know when I came. You know what? You know when you get that gray baby though, y'all gonna jump out the window though.
If Barack leave Michelle for a white woman,
Lord! Black men are doomed forever if that was never happening.
You're right. Oh Lord!
Lord! Oh Jesus! Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, the Barack and Michelle, they was like, and we don't want neither one. They was like,
it called him the deporter in chief.
And he running around talking about dream on, dream away.
See, the Dreamers is and DACA. That's to me, that's an easy cop out for immigration. Like, and that's why Biden and Obama. That's why they was all about DACA and the Dreamers, because that's an easy little immigration thing.
Close it.
But what Todd say? You give them an inch and they take a mile. And now this is what the mile looks like. Because it's like, Barack gave y'all something, but y'all ain't happy with that? The deporter in chief.
And check this out. And then 1/3 of them still voted for Trump. And y'all, like, here's my thing. What happened to the Black and Brown Coalition? The Black and Brown Coalition only counts. Hey, I need the people in the studio. Hold it down. The Black and Brown Coalition only exists.
People only want to coalesce.
Look at you. Go ahead. You didn't go to St. Ignatius. You got it right.
I ain't paying for high school. So people only want to coalesce.
Think about Todd paid for that bad vocabulary.
That's what I'm saying. He's probably still paying for it.
No, I paid so I'd have the ability to hire people from Bolingbrook.
Listen, people want to coalesce with black people when they on the struggle bus. And they expect us to cape and put on them Superman capes related to their oppression. That is how our movements get hijacked. And I will say that it does have to do with, I feel like black people are compassionate. Yes. Like, we all don't, like, and maybe just like Tu said, maybe we need to stump the baby bird when it fall out the nest.
Have you ever stepped on a baby bird?
I have not.
I have stepped on a baby bird and by accident, and it is a gushy, nasty feeling.
So,
and then when it
pops,
pops,
you know what? I don't think we needed to know that.
Like when you step on it, though,
that's
it's like,
what I'm saying.
Then it's eyeballs and it's all spread out.
This is the part we don't need to know. We got that you stepped on.
And then
the bird.
but what do you do to get it off your shoe? Like, do you scrape it off or do you kick it off?
These are all logistical questions that need answers.
Ruthie, you're a woman. Handle them, will you?
I mean, it's immigration puts native blacks, the original blacks, the regular blacks. It puts us in a precarious position.
Because we're all immigrants too?
No, it puts us in a position where we like, man, y'all shouldn't be getting nothing until we get something.
Why is that precarious?
It's precarious because
we're people of color.
Here in America, you know, they trying to make us all into
immigrants.
So it's like, if you say these things, like, oh, you must be a conservative, you must be a Republican. But
no, because I'm gonna tell you,
by and large, are
pretty conservative.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, Republicans are pretty racist. The difference is, so are Democrats. We just don't. They do it in a much smoother way. You know, I have a person on my Maze Jackson page that always be like, he ain't say this about Trump. He didn't do this about Trump. He didn't do. One more time for the idiots in the back. I have absolutely no expectations of the people that openly say they don't want us here. Why do I even need to spend my time criticizing the person who has told us look, if I could get rid of y'all, I can't. My challenge is with the people who take us and then still say, I really don't want you here, but let me get that vote before I kick you out, before I ignore you, before I cut you off. And I'm going to ask you, when has our lives gotten, tell me at what point has black life gotten better in the last 30 years, Democrat or Republican? And what's crazy to me is the same fools that be standing up here talking about, oh, we need to protect everybody else, is not have one word to say as these same. Did I tell y'all about the creation of the cartel? Mm-hmm. Not one Republican in it. Well, no, yeah, there was. But these are people that are Democrats. They said they rely on tightly controlled markets to build a moat around their wealth.
This is about money, not Democrat or Republican.
Bingo.
When it comes to money, they all in the same boat.
They all in the same boat, but they trick your dumb self into picking a side that they trick you to picking poverty. Stop. My premise is I don't care about neither. I'm not going to argue over which white boy is more racist. Y'all racist. Now, give me mine and get out my way. Give me mine and get out my way. I don't need to be your best friend. I don't need you to sing Kumbaya for me. You see those Latinos in Waukegan, like, just think about this. Your federal stimulus money, the mayor's trying to give, you know that they ain't the only people. You think if they tried to put a Barack Obama high school on the southwest side of Chicago?
Mm-hmm. He getting the whole center.
Nah, they on the south side, on the southeast side.
Oh, yeah.
On the southwest side, where Madigan and the Latinos reside, you think they're going to let you turn one of them high schools into the Barack Obama high school?
Probably not.
What?
I don't know.
The historic nature of democracy
Chewy might push for it.
Chewy is going to push for Cesar Chavez High School and Luis Gutierrez High School. You better stop it. There we go. Always hoping somebody going to step up for us first. He gonna name the black school in the black community Barack Obama High and be like, let me go get these black folks, and we gonna be like, yeah, and he gonna be like, I know.
Black people gonna say no.
No, what black people?
Yeah, what black people?
Right. That's all right. They look.
He made promises to us during his campaign that were not fulfilled.
No, he didn't.
He didn't promise us nothing. He told you. He said
he gave us exactly what he said he was going to do.
You know what he said? Amazing Grace, and he said just like this.
He said Amazing Grace and F you Jeremiah Wright.
And he said, and don't forget, he said, get y'all butt, stop talking about it, stop eating chicken wings, and get off the couch.
He's right about chicken wings, though.
He said, get up. You don't like chicken wings, Todd?
No, not really.
Really?
I mean, I eat them, but only because I'm hungry.
Hence food. What part of the chicken what wing do you eat? A breast man?
White meat.
Breast, yeah.
I'm a breast man, but it's like, I need a wing to break it up, because the breast be like, you know what I hate though?
What?
The thigh.
Ugh.
Oh, I hate the thigh.
Dark meat.
But
me too.
But Janine tells me, all that like Chinese food you eat, all that's all thigh stuff. I said, don't tell me.
Hey, Todd, all that Chinese food, I don't eat it. I don't. After I saw the video of them bringing the strips clean animals from that place in 87. And did you see that video of them turning the mice into shrimp? Did you see that?
Let's go back to that.
It was a bucket of they had it's a basket of live mice, and it was a lady at a market, and I promise you, within 30 seconds of having she was sticking her hand in the thing, and she would whip that, and she would chop that mouse up, and by the time it was done, she laid them bugs at you. I swear to God, you'd have said they were shrimp. And at that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be eating at the China restaurant. So, no. And then that was that time they got social media when they was out back of that place and they saw the animal down in the thing and the people went out and killed it and brought it in. Yeah, no. Then I had a friend that told me about the time when he went to the Chinese restaurant in Chinatown and everything was on the floor. Everything. And it was like, and then all you gotta do is see those videos of China. Like, all you gotta do is talk to like Willie Wilson.
No.
Willie tell you about in them factories. He be like, man, you gotta be careful. You gotta know which factory you going to, cause some of them factories they be straight using the bathroom on your stuff. They don't care. So
Thank you, Maze.
Thank
for
you,
that.
Maze.
And where we going for breakfast after this?
I think what you was trying to say is that we need to spur American-made businesses.
I thought he was just trying to.
I was trying to
end
say,
on a
Ruthie,
high
take
note.
us to the farm. Like, Ruthie, we got to get a farm.
Pembroke. We're
Yeah,
back
get
in
a
the Pembroke.
And the Black Farmers Connect.
Man, they got a taqueria out in Pembroke.
Right, and they got guns. Ruthie,
Ruthie told
let's have a black
unincorporated.
Could we hook up the Black Farmers Market this time? Out last year, I was trying to get a cow, and then I was like, I'm saying we should figure out the Black Farmers Market, and then we should also have like a
It's networks. People been trying to get them up and running, like get the networks up and running. But
let's just get one. Like if we could get one, and then in the back of it, they could have a weed trading space. They don't got to sell it, right? You could just
trade it.
That's how you skirt the other laws.
You
like
buy
corn for weed.
Corn for weed.
I think they call them co-ops.
Yes, let's have a co-op. Y'all got quiet. I'm worried.
Man,
There's laws involved in that. I don't know.
Yeah, and I got sure.
Ruthie, I got things. I got risk. She's not ready to risk it all. Neither am I.
I'm trying to risk it all in some new ventures.
I'm telling you where it is. Okay, I just want y'all to see that this process that they followed is the same process I've been telling y'all we need to get cracking.
Let me get your login so I can get the article.
All right, I'll let you get my login. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze and Todd and Ruthie and Ron, y'all everybody go to Sonia's page and say happy birthday. Go to her Facebook page, her YouTube, not YouTube, her Facebook, and to her Instagram. Happy birthday, Sonia Escobar. We miss you infinitely. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. For Maze and Ron and Ruthie and Todd and Sonia, y'all listen to the Book of Dawn, because I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
WIFTV PM.